friends, Barbara Zenda here from Better Together Life Coaching. Let's talk about fear. I had a run-in with some fire ants recently that really scared me. And when you're acting from a place of fear, it's not the best version of you, right? So I was unscrewing a solar light and I didn't realize inside there was a whole family of fire ants, and they came out and they bit my hand, and my hand swelled up twice its size and turned bright red. It was painful to touch, and I saw the infection starting to spread, and it really freaked me out. That downward spiral of thinking started, and I started thinking, what if the infection goes straight to my heart? And, is this going to be like, am I going to die, death by fire? I was really freaked out. But what I did is a trick that's going to help you, some tips that can help you when you are coming from a place of fear, okay? So, first thing, faith over fear. My first thing is just immediately say, all right, I need some help here. I can't do this alone, so have some faith. And then breathing. There's so many techniques out there on how to breathe to get into the parasympathetic nervous system. One that I really like is just breathe out longer than you breathe in. You do it when you sigh, right? You just breathe, get it out. And that gets you into more of a reasoning mode where you can logically think through what to do next. Once I did that, I reached out to an expert. Thank God for a good doctor. I reached out and just said, help me. What do I do? What do I take? What can I, am I dying? And then, of course, followed all of his recommendations to the letter. And then I reached out to my circle. I reached out to my people, and I talked to a neighbor, because this community has fire ants, right? If it happened to me, it probably happened to someone in this neighborhood. I reached out to friends and family just to say, I had a really scary situation. And just by talking to people and hearing them say, oh my goodness, like how scary. And just hearing that from someone else, getting a little empathy and understanding that I'm not alone in the world. Other people have had fire ant bites, and it's not the end of the world. Scary, yes, deal with it, but it's not the end of the world. So I reached out to my circle, and truly, this is why I named my business what I did. We are better together. We do need each other. And so something that I really work on in my coaching practice, I have a 90-day coaching program. We meet one-on-one. And part of it is, who is in your circle and what are you doing to pour into them? Because when you have that day where your hand swells up to the size of Quasimodo and you're freaking out, you need someone to answer the phone, right? You need someone who can be by your side and help make it a little less scary. We are better together. So, who's in your circle? How are you pouring into them? And then I really want to encourage you. Something I do again in my coaching is tapping into your purpose. Because when you're living from a place where you were created to do something, there's this dream in your heart, this dream in your soul. It's something that you were placed here to do. And there's a lot of distractions and reasons to not get to it. But truly, when you're living in your purpose, the fire ants aren't that big of a deal. They happen and you move on. So, how do you connect to that purpose? How do you sink it in and really live it? This is something that takes some help. You're better with other people, mentors, friends, people that understand where you're heading. And this is what I do in my 90-day coaching package, is just say, well, what is that dream? I meet you where you're at. I provide a safe space and I pull you forward. We build it together. You really build it, but I'm here as support and I'm helping you, because in community, that's where healing is multiplied. Not just some healing happening, it's multiplied. So every phone call I made with that scary fire ant situation made me less scared, less afraid, gave me some new information to equip me to move forward in faith instead of fear. So, I wanted to also touch on neuroplasticity. This is something that's important. As we age, our brains need to learn new ways of coping, new ways of attacking a situation, new ways of tapping into our purpose. So, as you're thinking about how you move through each day, intentionally doing it from a place of purpose is going to keep you out of that fear as well. So just know that there's some complex neurons in your brain, and the way that they're formed, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, your brain gets kind of bored. and it starts killing off neural pathways that you're not using. So by learning and trying new things, you're actually creating better brain function, and that affects several areas of your life, right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, is a little bit of fear and how it's a liar. Oh, and I heard a great acronym from a friend. Let me see. I love this. So I'm not a huge acronym person, but after a lot of years in the bank, we had so many acronyms that I don't use them too often in my coaching practice, but I really like this one. So fear is false evidence appearing real. You might have heard that before. It's false evidence appearing real. So when I saw my hand swelling up and I was touching it and it hurt and it was hot, and I just pictured the infection traveling through my bloodstream and going straight to my heart and killing me. That was false evidence appearing real. Fire ants create that sensation, and it is a temporary situation. My hand is fine now. I am okay. So false evidence appearing real kicks us into anxiety, kicks us into stress, kicks us into that fight or flight that doesn't serve you. So consider reaching out, connect with me, BetterTogetherLifeCoaching.fun. Stay encouraged, and thanks for watching, everyone. Don't let fear win. Faith over fear.